Dude, no freaking way. Good morning, friends. It's a wonderful day to be a Wizard 101 player. It seems that Wizard 101 has gone viral. And yes, you heard right. Viral. As you guys know, on Friday, Wizard 101 got hacked. There are two theories kind of floating around the internet right now. One, that it was hacked by an employee, and two, that it was just hacked by an angry kid. Obviously, we are never going to know the real answer, because why would Wizard 101 disclose that one of their employees hacked the game like that? That would just be terrible business marketing. Or would it, actually? I mean, this is the most attention that Wizard 101 has gotten ever. So today I'm going to be reacting to this viral video that was made over the incident. Right now it is sitting at 1 million views and is number 9 on trending for gaming. Wiz, I'm kind of proud of you. So as you guys know, I was live whenever the incident went down, so I'm just going to react to this video because I'm kind of curious to see what his first impressions are as someone who doesn't play the game. So without any further ado, let's get started.
While many of you were out celebrating your Friday evening, carefree, full of joy and laughter, maybe drinking with your friends or playing games, going to bed early for a nice, peaceful slumber, there were some brave warriors that were locked into mortal combat, engaged in one of the largest cyber wars ever fought on American soil.
I was doing PvP.
On Friday evening, the unthinkable happened. The impossible became possible. The shit was unshat. Wizard 101 was hacked. One of the largest cyber crimes this world has ever seen. Wizard 101 was subject to naughty messages, potentially from a disgruntled employee. There's theories floating around all over the place. The forensics teams are already on the case, trying hard to crack it and figure out what exactly happened here. Perhaps this was a ghost in the machine situation where Wizard 101 itself became sentient and the AI took over. I couldn't tell you. All I can show you is the aftermath of this bloody battle. What happened is, on Friday, players of Wizard 101, a very popular MMORPG that I'm sure all of you are familiar with, it was extremely huge back in like 2008, I'm sure all of us have dabbled, but maybe many of you didn't stick around, but it does still have a dedicated community, and a lot of them had to witness something that no human being ever should. Horrifying server messages such as this. Now, just by looking at the game's trailer, I'm sure you're able to guess that the majority of the community here is on the younger side of things. It was a game that was marketed towards children, but it still, of course, does have like adults in the community. And as I understand it, it's a pretty well-maintained game. And on Friday, everyone was surprised to see all kinds of server messages popping up with some wild shit on there. And it seems like an employee went rogue. They may have been fired or let go, and they went out with a bang with one last oorah. Now, shortly after Doomsday here, the Wizard 101 servers shut down for maintenance. I'm imagining to fix this issue that they were experiencing. It was kind of like that scene in Harry Potter when he gets all the acceptance letters from Hogwarts, and the parents are like desperately trying to stop the letters from coming in through there. That's what Wizard 101 staff was trying to do against this one rogue hacker or employee. They did manage to stop the bleeding, but
I wonder if he watched my video. I've just been thinking about that. I doubt he did, but like, I just wonder if he did.
You know, it did cause some damage. Like, there's scarring here. This wasn't a victimless crime. People had to see some very alarming server messages. Just to further explain what exactly happened, players were getting sent messages from the game itself, so little server notices that pop up on the side of the screen, and usually this is like a message from God in the game. This comes directly from the staff usually, as I understand it, so it'll be things like maintenance or upcoming things, or just basically things directly related from the game in an official capacity. But they use this system to just start pumping wild messages in there, such as this Walter White message, which it's kind of a banger. You know, I think this one goes kind of hard, but I knew they could do better, and they did. So let's go through some of them. Now let's spread these magically delicious cheeks and take a bite. This was one of the first messages players received, I believe, so an immediate red flag that started tipping people off that, you know, maybe something's awry at the Wizard 101 headquarters. You know, the office is maybe, in peril. So they got this message saying, email support at wizard101.com so I can get a raise. You know, that's not something that Gandalf would say, right? Like, that's not very in line with the theme of Wizard 101.
You mean Merle?
But it's not that bad either. You could write this off as, you know, a happy little accident, like a little goof, a little Easter egg. But then from here, it gets a bit chaotic. So I'd like to show you an article that talked about this, and they hypothesized that this all could be a marketing stunt. And I don't want to take that completely off the table, but I think that would be one of the boldest strategies I've ever seen, to use dick and balls, fuck, and this game is shit as a marketing strategy in a game that's mainly aimed at like 10-year-olds.
Yeah,
I don't know how
way.
well that would go over
No.
if it turns out this was a plan. I just struggle to envision a world where parents give a round of applause.
Although I will say though, like, I'm serious, this is the most attention that Wizard 101 has gotten ever. Negative attention can still be good attention, I guess.
Applause to the marketing manager at Wizard 101 who comes forward and says shit like, "Yep, hey, I was the man behind the curtain the whole time, you know, hey, this was my idea. So, you remember when all your kids were getting messages in their inbox that just said dick and balls? That was me, that was my idea, I know. I fucking know, I graduated top of class. Anyway, Wizard 101, free to play, let's go, let's go. You know, tell your..."
We should also, like, talk about how if this seriously did come from an employee, their career is ruined. Like, not only did they 100% get fired from Wizard 101, but they're never gonna get another job like that. Like, ever again. Their reputation is destroyed. Why would they do that? It leads you to think, like, are their working conditions just absolutely terrible? Like, what would have compelled an employee to do this? Just like hating your boss? I don't know. There's so many theories.
Friends. It seems really unlikely to me. But anyway, let's get back into some of the other messages. This one's my personal favorite. This one just says, "The next world is my boss's asshole."
Love
and
that
I'm
one.
honestly considering downloading the game. So if it is a marketing ploy, it worked on me, because now I'm on the edge of my seat. Are they actually going to put the dude's colon in the game? Because that would be an incredible landscape to explore. So this is getting me hyped. I think this is a great idea. Imagine the next DLC content drop for Wizard 101 is just some grown man's butthole that you cast spells on like hemorrhoids in.
I would love
It's
that.
such an amazing concept. In another message, they said, "King's Isle is the worst company I've ever worked for." King's Isle is the developer behind Wizard 101. So this one's kind of like the immediate gotcha moment, like, so it is a disgruntled employee. But it's still important to note that it could just be someone that was able to hack in and they're just framing it like this for the sake of an interesting narrative. Or it could be someone completely unaffiliated with the company that's just doing this to stir up shit and just do it for, you know, a bit of a gag, you know, troll a little bit. And it might not be an employee, though I do think it most likely is. I also quite like this one, "The wizard police are after me." I like to envision a world where he is on the run, but he's taken his laptop with him, but he's still constantly sending messages while he's being hunted by Wizard 101 security. It's a beautiful disaster. And it's really not that big of a deal. I don't think too many people in the community were upset, but it does seem like Wizard 101 took it very seriously.
Well, duh.
You know, even taking the servers offline to address the problems. I don't think they've made like a formal statement or anything.
And I don't think they will make a formal statement, but also I don't think he realizes that this went on for like 2 hours before they did anything. Yet, whenever there was an issue like a week or two ago with the crown shop, they fixed that in like 5 minutes. Like, not even. I just think it's kind of ironic. Whenever there's an issue with money, they're on that immediately. But with this, it's like, let's let it go on for 2 hours. Let's just see where it takes us. Not a big deal.
Yeah, not that I've seen, at least not as of right now, making the video. But I imagine in the coming days they will talk about it. Like, they kind of need to, you know, like, explain. Was it an employee? Or were you compromised?
They will not disclose that.
Like, what happened here, huh? I just want to know. I need the closure. Who's...
I seriously doubt they're gonna disclose that if it was an employee, because like I said, that's gonna make their entire company look terrible and poorly managed. I don't even think they're gonna say anything. I would be shocked if they made a statement over this. If they do, it's gonna be something super brief and vague. They're not gonna go into detail and say, our systems are really easy to hack into, so someone went in and just sent all these messages. On the other hand, they're not gonna say, yeah, we treat our employees terribly, so in return they did this. That's not how King's Isle is. They're always super vague, especially whenever incidents like this happen. And I can't really say that I blame them. So I will be shocked if they say anything, and if they do, I don't expect it to be in detail.
done this? Who would defile such sacred land as Wizard 101? But anyway, I think this was a net positive for the game because it put the game on a lot of people's radar again. Like I said, most people knew it from back when they were kids, not realizing it was still around. And, I saw a few people say, I'm going to try the game out now. So
Good.
it could have been a Galaxy Brain marketing plan. I just still really doubt it. If it was a little less intense on dick and balls and fuck and this game is shit, I'd be more inclined to believe that it was all marketing. Just saying things like Wizard Police are after me or email support or, the company's bad and I'm on the run. Then I'd be like, okay, that's more likely. But in its current state, I still think this was either someone hacking in the troll or an employee that got upset. Either way, though, a pretty fun situation. That's about it. See ya.
I had fun with it. And it also really did bring the community together. Like, everyone was freaking out whenever this happened. Definitely one of the most memorable moments ever. And I think he covered it really well, especially for not actually experiencing it firsthand. And he's 100% right about this bringing light to the game again. Even though it was like a crazy situation that KingsIsle's definitely not proud of, I don't think the players really care that much. I mean, our accounts weren't jeopardized or anything. So it was fun. It's times like this where I am proud to be a WIZARD101 player, and I'm proud of WIZARD101 for being trending. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So thank you guys for watching. Bye!